The following is a presentation of RJL 518 Sports Network. Good evening, everybody. This is Robert welcoming you here to Shea Stadium. Today it's Payoff Pitch 1985. Today's date is, I got everything fixed up here. Today's date is April 14, 1985. And tonight here at Shea Stadium, it's the Cincinnati Reds versus the New York Mets. In a game that I have a funny feeling a lot of my chat folks will be looking forward to watching, because I got a lot of Mets fans and I got a lot of Reds fans. This is an exciting game here, and finally I get to play a Mets team that actually might win something. But of course, as you know, I will be bipartisan and play for both teams as I would as if I was managing them both. The Reds come into this game with a record of 1 win and 3 losses. The Mets are 2-2. And you can see in the chat, you'll see the actual score. Underneath the actual score of the game, which the game was actually played, the Mets actually won this game 4-0 over the Reds on that date. But here in Payoff Pitch, we already know anything is possible. It will be Jay Tibbs versus Dwight Gooden tonight. And this should be fun to see how. Let's see how Gooden's card reacts with Payoff Pitch in this season in 1985. Thank you all for joining me. We're ready to begin. Starting pitcher for the Mets will be Dwight Gooden. 1985 was his best year. He was only 20 years old. 24-4 with a 1.53 ERA. Dwight Gooden had 268 strikeouts that year. He won the Cy Young. And that is still the best ERA in modern-day baseball since Bob Gibson's 1.12. A couple of pitchers have gotten close, but have not eclipsed the 1.53 ERA that Dr. K had that year. Top of the first inning, the fans here at Shea Stadium want to see the Mets win a game here, and this is the rubber game of the 3-game series. Both teams won a game, so let's get started. Let's play some baseball. Let's forget the ballot boxes, and let's play ball. Leading off for the Cincinnati Reds will be center fielder Eddie Milner. Against righties, he batted .259 with 3 homers that year. Reds were still a good team in 1985. This team did not stink. Gooden's pitch to Milner, underway. That is a wheelhouse 24, and Dwight Gooden pitches up a fat pitch to Milner, and Milner is going to lead the game off with a triple. It's a base hit, a well-hit ball deep in the corners of center field at Shea Stadium. Milner heading for third, and he's got it. Leadoff triple for Milner. The Reds start with a man on third. And that will bring up the first baseman and the manager of the Reds that year. That was Pete Rose, player manager. He batted .253, 2 homers against rights. Mets will play the infield back, looking to get the out and trade for the run. Gooden's pitch, and that is a tough 59, and that is going to be a ground ball to first base. That's a ground ball to first. That'll be picked up easily by Hernandez. He'll take it himself, and that is out number 1. Milner, with a run rating of 10, easily comes in to score. And just like that, the Reds are up 1-0 on a ground ball to first. They traded the out for the run. 1 man out, and that will bring up right fielder Dave Parker. He batted .327 with 27 homers against rights. Let's see if Dr. K can settle down here after giving up a quick run. Tough 0-3, swing and a miss, struck him out. Parker becomes strikeout number 1 for Gooden. 1 man out. And here is the left fielder, Cesar Cedeno, batted .246 with a homer against rights. Steeler fan 1933 joins me here at Shea Stadium. You are first to make sure the food is taken care of and the drinks. Reds are already up 1-0. Gooden's pitch to Cedeno. That is a tough 0-7, and that is a swing and a miss. Struck him out, and that'll retire the side. The Reds get 1 run on 1 hit. A leadoff triple by Milner, and then Rose brings him in via a ground out. So the Reds are already up 1-0. And we go to the bottom of the first. Starting pitcher for the Reds in this game will be Shea Tibbs. He was 10-16 with a 3.92 ERA. Leading off for the New York Mets, second baseman Wally Backman. Shea Tibbs is a righty. Backman batted .324 and a homer against rights. Tibbs pitched to Backman, and that is a tough 93 fly ball left field. Cedeno is calling for that, and he makes the catch, out number 1. Here is center fielder Mookie Wilson. Wilson batted .261 with 2 homers against rights. Tibbs with the pitch to Wilson, and that is a ballpark 42. Wilson be hitting from the left side. That's going to be in his wheelhouse. And a wheelhouse 37, crack, and Wilson hits one high. He hits one deep. It is out of here. Home run, Mookie Wilson. Not known for his power, but he had 4 homers against. He had 2 home runs against right-handers. And that one is out of here. Off a wheelhouse by Wilson. He sends that out, and we are tied at 1. Mookie Wilson gets a hold of one. And aces wild. Next batter will be the first baseman, Keith Hernandez. He batted .303, 7 homers against rights in '85. Why Keith Hernandez is not in the Hall of Fame, I have no clue. Tibbs will pitch. And that is a patient 70, and that's going to be a base hit for Keith Hernandez. He gets a single. Hernandez will go to first. He holds at first base, and that will bring up the catcher. It would be the kid, Gary Carter, batted .250 with 19 homers against rights in '85. 3 on the strat dice, nothing happening there at Hernandez, and still 1 out here in the bottom of the first. Tibbs with the pitch, and that's a tough 50, and we've got a pop-up at the first base. Coming up, that's going to be Rose, and he makes the catch for out number 2. 2 outs. Hernandez still on at first, and here is the Darryl Strawberry, batted .291 with 18 homers against rights. Strawberry was a beast. Hit well. He was only 23 years old in '85. Donald Cummings joins me here now at Shea Stadium. We're in the bottom of the first. We're tied at 1. Tibbs will pitch to Strawberry. And that's a patient 72, and he walked him. Strawberry will trot down to first. Hernandez will move to second on a walk by Tibbs. Tibbs averaged 3.4 walks per 9. And here is the ex-Red left fielder George Foster. Actually had a pretty decent season with the Mets in '85. Against rights, .258, 12 home runs. 2 outs. And Tibbs now pitches to Foster. Here's the pitch. And that is an in-play 96. That's a fly ball to left field. Cedeno's going to get to that one, and he'll put it away for the out. 1 run on 2 hits for the Mets, a solo shot by Mookie Wilson, of all people. And at the end of 1, we're tied at 1. Top of the second coming up. Leading off for the Reds, third baseman Wayne Krenchicki. Batted .276 with 4 homers against rights. Reds are in this game at 1-3. The Mets are at 500, 2-2. Very early, of course, in a very long season. Gooden's pitch. That's a patient 23, and that's going to be a walk. Gooden averaged about 2.2 walks per 9. Krenchicki will go to first. Leadoff walk. And now the shortstop, Dave Concepcion, batted .255, 3 homers against rights. Nothing going on for Krenchicki. Concepcion will hit normally. Gooden will pitch, and that's an in-play 51, and that is going to be a ground ball to first base. Concepcion's double play rating is a 9. Gooden is a 7. That's an 8. They're going to get Krenchicki out at second. Concepcion beats the throw back. 1 out on a fielder's choice. Here is the second baseman, Ron Oster. Gotta love that last name. Another great baseball name, Ron Oster. He batted .302 with a homer against rights. A pretty good hitter, actually. Ron Oster, I don't think a lot of people realize Cincinnati, he was a good second baseman. One of Cincinnati's better second basemen they had in the 80s. Ron Oster was a good player. Concepcion on at first. Gooden will pitch. And that's a ballpark 0-2, and that's going to be a wheelhouse for Oster. A wheelhouse 25 is going to be a base hit. It's a single. That's a sharp liner that drops in front of left field. Concepcion will hold at second base. And the Reds are in business again. Base hit for Oster. And that will bring up the catcher, Dan Bilardello. He batted .162 with a homer against rights. 1 out here, top of the second. They're going to keep the infield normal. Dr. K looking in at Bilardello, and here is the pitch. And that is a tough 41. And let's see, tough 41. That's a ground ball to first. Bilardello's double play rating is a 9. 7, that's a 7, and they're going to turn it. Ground ball to first. Hernandez gets it over to Backman. Back to first, double play. Side retired. The 3-4-3. No runs for the Reds. They do get a hit as Bilardello grounds out into the double play. Bottom of the second coming up. And the batter for the Mets will be Howard Johnson. Batted .263 with 3 homers against rights. As again, I want to thank you guys for joining me. We forget about ballots for a while, and we watch some baseball. Here's the pitch from Tibbs. And that is a patient 27, and it's going to be a base hit by Johnson. That's going to be hit clean into center field. That's going to be a double for Howard Johnson, and he will hold it second. Leadoff double. Next batter will be the shortstop, Ron Gardenhire, future manager for the Twins, and among a few other teams. Johnson on at second base. Mets getting off to a good start here in the bottom of the second. Nobody out. Tibbs with the pitch. And that is an in-play 74, and that's a fly ball center field. Coming under it is Milner, and he has it for out number 1. Here's the pitcher, Dr. K. Dwight Gooden actually had a good season at the plate. Batted .226 as a hitter. He could hit. Dwight Gooden was always a decent hitter, and he had a home run in 1985. 11 on the dice. The auto sacrifice is not on there. I'm going to have Gooden hit away. Johnson on at second. Tibbs will pitch. And that is a ballpark 93. It's going to be in play. In play 54, and that's a ground ball to third. That's picked up by Krenchicki. He throws to first, out number 2. Johnson with a run rating of 6. He will stay where he's at. Gooden grounds out. And now the batter is Wally Backman. Backman flew out his last time up. Tibbs will pitch. And it is a ballpark again, 22. This time it's in Backman's wheelhouse. Shea Stadium was a pitcher's park, but that's in his wheelhouse. And a right-handed wheelhouse 81, that's going to be a grounder to short. And Concepcion will pick it up, throws to first, and the inning is over. No runs for the Mets. They do get a hit. We are tied at 1 at the end of 2. As a member, you can check the score in the chat, and you'll see what the actual score of the game was. The Mets actually won this game 4-0. They shut out the Reds. But we're already tied at 1 here. As Payoff Pitch Baseball might see it otherwise. Top of the third, the Reds pitcher is due up first, and that is Jay Tibbs. He batted .092 against .092 in 85. Gooden's pitch, tough, 77, strikeout, 1 away. Strikeout number 3 for Gooden. Top of the batting order for the Reds, there's Eddie Milner. He led the game off with a triple, so he's 1 for 1. Gooden's pitch, and that's a tough 51, and that's going to be a swing and a miss. Struck him out. This is where the strikeout grade comes in. So it's a tough 51. The first thing I gotta look to see if it's a hit or anything like that. It is not, because against the righties, it's up to 22. Then you go to the out check. 49 to 55, that normally would be a ground out. But this is a supplemental strikeout rating, which actually gives pitchers that had a lot of strikeouts a little extra help that Joe Bryan gives these pitchers in certain seasons. So he does get us with a 51. He strikes out Milner, and that's 2 outs. Kind of like the special K symbol in inside pitch. Here is Pete Rose. Rose grounded out his last time up. Gooden's pitch. That's a tough 49, and that one is going to be a pop out. That is popped up to short, and that's called by Gardenhire. He will make the catch. And a 1-2, and the first 1-2-3 inning for Dwight Gooden. Noticing a lot of pop outs in this season so far. Bottom of the third, here's Tibbs. And the batter is Mookie Wilson. Hit a home run his last time up. A little home run power, but he got a hold of that one. Tibbs will pitch to Wilson. And that is an in-play 94. That's a fly ball to left. Cedeno sees it. Puts it away. Out number 1. Where are all my Reds fans? Where's Philip Reynolds? Where's Dave Little? Where's Brandon Baker? Where are all my Reds fans? They knew the Mets were playing the Reds tonight. Here's Keith Hernandez. Hernandez singled his last time up. Tibbs, in play 90. That's a ground ball up to second base. Oster will take it. Throws to first, out number 2. And that will bring up the kid, Gary Carter. 2 men out. Tibbs will pitch. And that's a tough 0-4 and a swing and a miss. Struck him out. Tibbs averaged about 4 strikeouts per 9. But that's a 1-2-3 inning for Tibbs. We are still tied at 1 at the end of 3. Top of the 4th inning for the Reds. As Bob B says good evening here at Shea Stadium. I see a Cardinal logo at your as your avatar, so I'm pretty sure you must be a Cardinals fan. But we are here against the Reds and the Mets tonight. Dr. K on the mound. Leading off for the Reds will be Dave Parker. Here's the pitch from Dr. K. That is a ballpark 18. That's going to be a wheelhouse for Parker. That's not a good thing. But a wheelhouse 98, I don't believe it. That's a fly ball to right field, very far at the track. Strawberry reaches up and grabs it. Oh, my. I can't believe that. A ballpark which is a definite wheelhouse with an 18. Parker against righties, a 1-96 is a homer, a 97 is a triple, and a 98 is an out. Parker had a 3% chance of being out, and he pulled it. One away. Wow. Fly ball to right. Can't believe that. Parker can't believe it either. How that ball stayed here at Shea, I have no clue. Wind must be blowing in. Here's Cesar Cedeno with one out. Gooden wipes his brow after that one. Gooden's pitch, tough, 24. That's a swing and a miss. Struck him out. That is strikeout number 5 for Dr. K. 2 outs for Wayne Krenchicki. He walked his last time up. Where are all my Reds fans? Jeez. Gooden's pitch, tough, 77. And that's going to be a fly ball center field. Mookie will come over and grab it, and he'll make the catch. And a 1-2-3 for Dr. K. Although I still can't believe that ball didn't get out of here. Bottom of the fourth coming up, still tied at 1. Here is the guy that made that catch as the Shea Stadium crowd gives it a big ovation. Here is the straw. Strawberry walked his last time up. Tibbs with the pitch. That's an in-play 25. That's going to be a single. Strawberry hits that one into center, and Strawberry will get on to first base. Leadoff hit for the Mets. The batter now will be George Foster. As Bob B says, he'll be happy to root. A 10 on the dice, 5 on the steel track. Nothing happening for Strawberry. He will go ahead. Be happy to root for the Reds. Strawberry on it first. No steal attempt. Foster will swing away. Tibbs with the pitch. That is an in-play 63. That's a fly ball to right. Parker will get to that one. And that is out number 1. No, I'm missing a whole bunch of Reds fans there, Bob. I'm missing Dave Little, missing Philip Reynolds, missing Brandon Baker. Dang, I'm missing all the Reds fans. And they knew I was playing, they had the Reds on tonight against my Mets. Here's Howard Johnson. Yes, I'm a Mets fan. Always have been, always will be. Johnson, the batter, he doubled his last time up. Nothing on the strat dice, 1 out. Tibbs with the pitch. And that is a tough 48. And that will be a fly ball to right field again. Parker will get to that one. He makes the catch, out number 2. 2 outs now for Ron Gardenhire. Gardenhire flew out his last time up. Strawberry at first. Leadoff hit, but so far the Mets have not been able to do anything with it. Pitch from Tibbs. Tough. 44. That's a base hit for Gardenhire. That's a single. Strawberry with a run rating of 7 will automatically make third. And Gardenhire gets to first with 2 outs automatically. But now, can Dwight Gooden come up with a hit? Because he's the next batter. Runners at the corners, 2 outs here. Bottom of the 4th. Dr. K is batting. Can he come up with a hit? They are watching election returns. I told people, forget the ballots for a while. Let's watch some baseball. Runners at the corners. Tibbs will pitch to his opposite number. Pitch on the way. In play, 11. Base hit, Dwight Gooden. He goes ahead and gets a single. A good contact by Gooden. Strawberry will come in to score. Gardenhire, run rating of 6. He will make third with a run rating of 6. Gooden's on at first base. Mets take the lead 2-1 on a single by Gooden. Gooden can do it at the plate as well, not just on the mound. Runners at the corners again, still with 2 outs. Here is Wally Backman. Dr. K comes through with a big hit. 2-1 Mets. They'll go talk to Tibbs a little bit out there because they know Backman can definitely hit the righties. Backman, however, 0 for 2 so far. Tibbs, the pitch to Backman. And that is an in-play 78. That's a ground ball at the short. Up with it is Concepcion. And he is going to throw to first and get back, throw to second and get Gooden out. And the inning is over. 1 run for the Mets on 3 hits. An RBI single by Gooden. The Mets lead 2-1 at the end of 4. This Mets team in 1985 was very good. They are graded an A in the quick results. They only missed the playoffs by 3 games behind the Cardinals. This was a very good Mets team. And it set the stage, of course, for the best Mets team of all time, and that would be 1986, which is my favorite Mets team overall and my favorite baseball season. Top of the 5th, there's Dave Concepcion for Cincinnati. All right, Bob, you can root for the Mets. Come on. I need someone to root for the Mets, though. Okay. But I don't know where all my Reds players, where all my Reds fans are. I mean, really. Top of the 5th, Dr. K will pitch to Concepcion. There's the pitch from Gooden. That's a defense check, 55. Error check to shortstop. The ball is hit to Gardenhire. His error rating is a 1. And against it at 55, Gardenhire is going to boot it. And that is going to be an error on Gardenhire, and it's a 1-base error. Gardenhire, so that is an E6 for Concepcion. Error on the Mets. As Gardenhire boots it, and Concepcion will be on first. Next batter will be Ron Oster. Max Cornelius joins me here at Shea Stadium for this game between the Reds and the Mets in early 1985. Not as good as the Cardinals. Nope, not that year, just missed out. Oster will bat. Concepcion a 4 on the steal rating, 11 there, nothing going on, so Gooden will pitch. Oster is 1 for 1. He got a base hit. That is a tough 58, and that is going to be a line drive hit right to second base, 1 out. Line out to second. Concepcion gets back. As I'm going to say that the dice here 6 is his run rating, so he gets back, and there is 1 out. That will bring up the catcher, Dan Billardello. Billardello grounded out into a double play his last time up. Concepcion on it first. Gooden will pitch. And that is an in-play 39. And that's a ground ball to first base. Is it going to be another double play? Billardello's double play rating is a 9, 7, 8. No. The throw goes to second to get Concepcion. Billardello will make first. 2 outs. Fielder's choice. And now it'll be up to the pitcher for Cincinnati to try to make a hit, and that is Jay Tibbs. Why did I start Kepcher instead of Tudor last night? These are as-played lineups. That game, Kepcher was the starter, not Tudor. I use as-played lineups and as-played rosters. Two outs. Billardello on it first. Gooden will pitch to Tibbs. And that's going to be a wheelhouse for Tibbs, and it's a 23, and it's a base hit. Jay Tibbs got a single. Billardello's run rating is 4. I have to draw a card. It's a line drive into center field. Billardello advances 1 base. He will hold it second. So Tibbs goes to the wheelhouse, throws him run right over the plate, and Tibbs gets a nice base hit. Runners at first and second for Eddie Milner as Gooden makes a mistake on Tibbs. Billardello on it second. Tibbs on it first. There's Milner. Milner 1 for 2. We got a triple early in this game. Now Gooden's got a pitch to him with runners at first and second. Pitch on the way. That is a tough 17, and that's going to be a base hit from Milner. It's a single. Billardello run rating of 4. It's a sharp liner into center field. Billardello coming around third. He will score. Tibbs goes to third. This game is tied at 2. RBI single by Eddie Milner. A tough 17 and a base hit from Milner. We are tied at 2. And now the batter is Rose. Stadium not too happy, but not groaning yet, but with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Rose is 0 for 2. Milner, steal rating is a 5+. He's not going to steal here. 2 outs. Dwight Gooden looking in on Rose. Here's the pitch. And that is a tough 15. Rose hits a base hit. That's going to be a double for Pete Rose. Tibbs will come in to score. Tibbs will come in to score. Milner with a run rating of 10. No problem scoring from first base. Rose is on at second. The Reds now lead it 4-2. Now the stadium groans. Ugh. Pete Rose, 2 RBI double off of Gooden. Gooden goes ahead and makes a pitch, but Rose slaps it, and the Reds now lead 4-2 here in the top of the 5th. And the batter is Parker, who just missed had a 3% chance of missing a home run in a wheelhouse, and that's what he got. Doc did some coke between the innings. Rose on at second. Now Gooden can't get out the inning. Here's the pitch to Parker. And that's a tough 62, and that's going to be a ground ball to third. Picking it up is Johnson. He'll throw to first, and the inning is over. But the Reds explode for some runs here in the top of the 5th. They get 3 runs. They get 3 runs on 3 hits and an error. Halfway through this game, the Reds are leading 4-2. Even though the Mets won this game originally, Payoff Pitch might have some other questions. So as Bob B asked me, of course, why did I start Kepcher instead of Tudor? He said, no, the Cardinals won. Just curious, as I said, because Kepcher was the starting pitcher for that date on April 12th. To give an example, the Mets, okay, like today is April 14th. Pitchers such as Sid Fernandez, Rick Aguilera, Terry Leach, batters such as Rain Knight, Tom Paciorek, they are not on this team, so I do not have them available. The one thing about Payoff Pitch, Joe Bryan makes a card for every single player on each team. So you get everybody with Payoff Pitch. Inside Pitch gives a lot of pitchers and batters as well. So, bottom of the 5th inning, Reds leading 4-2. Here is the Mook, who will come up to bat for New York. Reds leading 4-2. Typical Reds-Mets game. These guys were always tough rivals. Wilson hit a home run earlier in the game. Here's the pitch from Tibbs. And that is an in-play 82. And it's a fly ball center field. Milner will get to that one. Out number 1. Here's Keith Hernandez. Tibbs will pitch. And that is a tough 23. Hernandez will have himself a single. He hits that one to left. Hernandez will hold the first. And that's Keats' second hit of the night. And now the kid, Gary Carter. Keith Hernandez with a 2 on the steal rating. And he does not get the jump. No chance to steal. I'm not going to steal him. So here's Carter. Tibbs will pitch to Carter. And that is an in-play 29. Carter slaps a single. That's a base hit. Hard grounder into right field. Runner on first. Advances 2 bases. Hernandez will hold at third. Carter gets a big hit. And now the Mets are in business with runners at the corners. And 1 out. And here is Darryl Strawberry. 1 out. Runners at the corners. Tibbs looking on. Strawberry. Tibbs has a fatigue rating of 7. Gooden a fatigue rating of 9. He can go the whole way, but he can go the whole way. We'll see how much longer they keep Gooden because Gooden had got smacked around in the 5th. Let's see. Nothing on the strat dice, so Strawberry will bat. Tibbs will pitch. And that is a tough 16. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Strawberry gets K'd. 2 outs. Tibbs gets a nice pitch. He did not give up many home runs, except for the 1 to Wilson, a 0.6 homers per 9. Here is George Foster. Now 2 outs. And the Mets get a big hit from Foster now. Pitch from Tibbs. Patient, 21. He walked him. And the bases are loaded. He walks Foster to bring up Howard Johnson. Johnson 1 for 2 with a double. Fans here at Shea up on their feet. Want to see if the Mets can go ahead and get some runs. Tibbs is the pitcher. On the way. That is a ballpark 52. And Johnson hitting from the left side. That's going to be in play. And an in-play 38. Single! Howard Johnson. Base hit for Johnson. That is a base hit. Hernandez will come in to score. Carter with a run rating of 6. He will score from second. Foster goes to third. Foster, however, has a run rating of 4. And he will only make it to second. He will only make it to second base. And he will have to hold. Has no run rating. But this game is tied. Runners at first and second. The Mets get it right back. And here is Ron Gardenhire. Gardenhire 1 for 2. Tibbs the pitch. And that is a tough 63. And that will be a ground ball to second base. And coming over it is Oster. He's got it. He'll throw to first to get Gardenhire out. And the inning is over. The Mets get the 2 runs back. 2 runs on 3 hits. And a walk. At the end of 5, we are tied at 4. In this rubber game of the 3-game series between these guys. Although each one won a game on quick results. We go to the top of the 6th. Dwight Gooden will stay out there. He will pitch to Cesar Cedeno. I'll go ahead and flip the deck. Dwight Gooden gave up already 4 runs in this game. And he has, 5 strikeouts? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 strikeouts. Cedeno, the batter. We're tied at 4, top of the 6th. Gooden's pitch. And that's going to be a tough 21. That's going to be strikeout number 6. He's out of there. Cedeno strikes out for the third straight time. That's the hat trick. Wayne Krenchicki will come up for the Reds. He walked and flew out. Gooden's pitch. And that's a tough 59. And that's a ground ball. That's a grounder to short. Up with it is Gardenhire. He'll throw to first, get out number 2. And now Concepcion. Concepcion fielder's choice and reached on an error. Gooden with the pitch. And that's an in-play 45. Concepcion has a single. And he will go to first, a 2-out base hit. His first hit of the game. And now Oster. It's 4D steal rating, 8 on the dice, nothing going on. 2 outs. And now already a base runner for the Reds. Gooden's pitch to Oster. And that's a tough 59. And we're going to see a ground ball to first base. And that's going to get taken by Keith Hernandez. He will take it himself, and that will end the inning. No runs for the Reds. They do get a hit. We're still tied at 4. Bottom of the 6th. This is going to be Tibbs' last inning. He's due to bat second in the 7th, and his fatigue will show because he's already given up more than 3 runs. Dwight Gooden is the batter, and my question is, do I take Gooden out here? Do I let him bat? Let's see. Do I want Gooden to bat, or do I want him to pitch a 7th inning? He's already given up 4 runs. The Met bullpen in 85 was not too bad. Let me just look at the Met bullpen real quick. Yeah, I think they gave up 4 runs. I think I'm going to take him out. So Gooden is going to come out of the game. They're going to bring in a pinch hitter. Not the best game for Gooden, but we'll see what he can do. And the Mets will bring in a pinch hitter against Tibbs. He's a righty, so let's see who we want to bring in. And it will be Rafael Santana. Rafael Santana batted .252 against rights. He has the most at bats against them on the bench. So here's Santana. He'll bat against Jay Tibbs to lead off the bottom of the 6th, tied at 4. We'll see a new pitcher for the Mets as well as the Reds. And that is a in-play 41 base hit. Rafael Santana gets a single. Santana gets a pinch hit, and he will hold it first. And here is Wally Backman. I can already tell there is a big difference in this season compared to 1994. Big difference in this season. First of all, the in-play rolls are higher. Most in-play roll in 1994, most in-play rolls were they ended at 1 to 32, 1 to 33. Here, the in-play rolls are much higher. He made this season he did the 85 season in 2019, so who knows? Anyway, Santana on at first. He has an A steal rating, but he's not going anywhere. Here's the pitch to Backman. And that is a ballpark 31. That's a definite wheelhouse for Backman. And a wheelhouse 20 is going to be a triple for Wally Backman. That is a big-time 3-bagger into right field. Santana comes around to score easily. Backman has his triple, and the Mets take the lead 5-4. Stadium cheers. Yay! Backman will hold at third base on a big triple. And that is a triple. That is a ballpark, and then it becomes an in play. And he does not a triple, a wheelhouse, and the wheelhouse is a 20, and it just catches it. Here's Mookie Wilson with a big runner at third base. And I think even though they want Tibbs to get this inning done, but I think that's going to be it for Tibbs. Although he's 5-4. Yeah, they're going to take Tibbs out. He is done. The Reds will go to the pen. And we'll see who they want to bring in to pitch. And pitching coming into pitch for the Reds will be Ted Power. Power, 8-6, 2.70 ERA. He had 27 saves. A lot of saves like with John Franco. But Power will get the call here against Wilson. 5-4 Mets, bottom of the sixth, nobody out. Infield is in for the Reds. They do not want any more runs to score. Power's pitch. In play, 21. Won't matter. Base hit, Mookie Wilson. That is a single. Wilson gets to first. Backman will score. 6-4 Mets. Wilson gets his second hit of the game. And now we have Keith Hernandez coming up. Wilson on at first, a 7 on the dice for stealing, and that would actually be a 6 because Mookie Wilson's first time on first base, but he's not going to steal. So Power will pitch to Hernandez. And that is an in-play 50, and it's also a base hit for Hernandez. It's a single. Ball blooped into right field. Runner on first advances one base. Wilson will hold at second. Hernandez on at first, and the Mets right now look like they're going to try to open this game wide open. And, of course, that just didn't make any sense. Open this game wide open. Here's Gary Carter, the kid. He got a base hit his last time up, 1 for 3. Still nobody out. Power looking on. Cincinnati bullpen still getting ready. Might have to go to another pitcher. And here's the pitch to Power, or from Power. That's a tough 87, and that's a ground ball to short. Carter's double play rating is an 8. Powers is a 7. That is an 8. It's going to be a fielder's choice. So Wilson will get to third. Hernandez is out at second. Carter beats the throw. 1 out. Runners at the corners for the straw. Strawberry is 1 for 2. 1 out. Reds are going to play for the DP. Mookie Wilson on at third. Carter on at first. Here's the pitch to Strawberry. And that's a ballpark 83. That's going to be in play. In play, 71. And that is a ground ball to short. Do they turn the 2? Yes, that is a 3 on the dice. Double play rating a 7. 7, that's a 3. Grounder to short, over to second, over to first. Twin killing, and the Reds get out of it. 6-4-3. The Mets do get a run, though. They get 2 runs on 4 hits. At the end of 6, the Mets are leading 6-4. I can tell you, Tribe fan and Steeler fan, there is a definite difference in playing the 85 season than there is over playing the 94 season. These cards are reacting a lot differently. Doesn't mean anything, but that's just, I can definitely tell I'm not playing 94. 85, a lot of offense. But remember, he normalizes each season. So every season plays its own way. You're right, there should be. It's right. Each season plays its own way. All right. You're playing 85, it's going to feel like you're playing 85. You play 94, you feel like you're playing 94. Remember, you've watched me play 1921 as I'm doing the Cardinals 21 replay with Bleacher Bums Gaming. That season is totally different compared to everything else. Top of the 7th inning, leading off for the Reds will be Dan Billardello. Let's see who the Mets want to bring on to pitch in the top of the 7th. He only had a couple of outings. And he was only on the team for a few days. It's going to be Bruce Bereni. I'm sorry, not Bruce Bereni. He started. My bad. Can't be Bereni. He's a starter. Bring in Ed Lynch. Ed Lynch will come in to pitch. And actually, in 1985, he was pretty good. 10-8 with a 3.44 ERA. 86, I didn't like him that much. But then again, Lynch found his way to the Cubs. Was traded to the Cubs in 86. Very early in that season. Top of the 7th, 6-4 Mets. Salvador America joins me here at Shea Stadium. About time you showed up. I'm waiting for all my Reds fans. No Dave Little, no Brandon Phillips, all my Reds fans are not here. We've had a good game so far, actually. Dan Billardello will lead off against Lynch here in the top of the 7th inning. Pitch from Lynch, and that is a tough 0-9. And that is a cold strike 3 on Billardello. And he goes back to the bench. 1 out. Pinch hitter coming in for Power. He's going to be out. They'll change him for the pitcher. And we got a righty, so let's see who we're going to use. I usually go by at bats, and that's going to be Nick Asaski. Nick Asaski will pinch hit for Power, as I usually do the most at bats possible, at least early. Ninth inning updates, I might make change. I can usually put the best player out there. Asaski against Lynch, 1 out. And that is a tough 60. And we've got a ground ball to third base. And Johnson's got it. Throws to first, out number 2. The Reds will now bring in Eddie Milner. Milner is having a good night. He's 2 for 3 tonight. A single and a triple. Remember, we got the 10-minute ticker coming up as soon as we get to the end of the half inning here. 2 outs. Milner the batter. Here's the pitch from Lynch. And that is an in-play 47. Milner is going to have a single. Base hit for Milner. That's his 3rd hit of the game. Runner on base. And now here is the player-manager, Pete Rose, for the 85 Reds. 7 on the dice. Nothing, no steal from Milner attempt. Lynch will pitch to Rose. That's a ballpark 37 against the lefty. That is in Rose's wheelhouse. A wheelhouse 62, however, is a ground ball to third base. And that's picked up by Johnson. And he will go ahead and throw to first to get Pete Rose. And the inning is over. Wow, Rose just missed it. Ground out to third. No runs for the Reds. 1 hit. And we are at the 7th inning stretch. And we'll be right back. Mets leading 6-4. Be right back in a moment. Like to remind you guys of exciting action. We have Inside Pitch coming up again tomorrow afternoon, actually late morning before college football. It will be for the 1977 one and gone. It will be the Milwaukee Brewers taking on the Baltimore Orioles. It will be Moose Haas versus Jim Palmer. So that should be a heck of a game for the 77 one and gone. Tomorrow night in our Payoff Pitch League, we will go to we move on to April 16. And tomorrow night's game, I know Steeler fan will be interested. It will be the Houston Astros taking on the Los Angeles Dodgers. Houston at Los Angeles tomorrow night, Steeler fan on Payoff Pitch. And I know for a fact you will not miss that one. Meanwhile, it is time for the 10-minute ticker. As we check to see around the league. For those of you who are not acquainted with it, because I think I got Bob B here. We use a quick results chart, which is made up back from Joe Bryan, a Payoff Pitch, to utilize season quick results in the background. I do not use computer or anything like that. Since this is a cards and dice game, the dice will decide how the season goes in the background. Each team is given a grade against the other teams with their grades. For instance, with the Baltimore Orioles, if they were to play the Boston Red Sox, they would go up against a B. If the Orioles were to roll 2 dice and fall into the 2, 6, or 10, the Orioles win the game. I use the 10-siders to determine the score. So let's take a look at April 1485. Let's see how the rest of the season, background goes. Toronto at Baltimore. And that's going to be a win for the Blue Jays and win that game 5-4. Chicago White Sox at Boston, Salvador America. That is a win for the White Sox. They get that 10. And that is going to be, 0-0 and 5-5. So in this case, I just roll 1 die, and that's going to be 7-5 for the White Sox, as they pretty much win that game in extra innings. New York Yankees at Cleveland. Cleveland beats the Yankees 7-1. Detroit at Kansas City. And that's a win for the Tigers 7-4. They actually get their first win. Tigers had not won a game yet. California at Oakland. That's going to be a win for the Athletics. They win it 9-8. Minnesota at Seattle. That is a win for the Twins. They win that game 8-0. As Salvador America says, bull bleep. Milwaukee at Texas. That is a 10. That's a win for the Rangers. They actually beat the Brewers 6-1. National League, San Diego at Atlanta. And that is a 12. That's a win for the Braves. They win that game 4-2. Montreal at Chicago Cubs. 6. That's a win for the Expos. They win that game 12-8. Philadelphia at Houston. Steeler fan rooting for his Astros. And that is a 12. That's a win for the Phillies. They win that game. Wow, look at that. That's 6-6 and 9-9. So that's 15 plus 6 plus 1. 16-9. Philadelphia beats the Astros. The Astros take their first loss of the season. San Francisco at Los Angeles. And that's going to be a win for the Dodgers. They win that game 8-3. Mets in Cincinnati, we're playing. St. Louis at Pittsburgh. The Cardinals beat the Pirates yesterday. That's a 9. The Pirates will win this game today 5-2. Now that's today's games. Now we move on to tomorrow's games, which is the 15th. Since we play every other day to make the season move a little faster. Chicago White Sox taking on the Red Sox. That is a 5. That's a win for the White Sox. 9-8. They beat Boston again. California at Minnesota. That is a 5. A win for the Angels. 5-3. Seattle at Oakland. That's a 5, a win for the Mariners, 9-7. Cincinnati at Atlanta, we will skip because the Reds and Mets are playing today. I do not feature tomorrow's games with the teams we're playing today until we're finished with today's game. We will go to Philadelphia and Chicago Cubs. That's a 7. That's a win for the Cubbies and win the game 6-5. Houston taking on the Dodgers. And that is a 5. Astros get that win. That is a 5-2 win for Houston. Mets playing Pittsburgh. We will skip it. Go to San Francisco, San Diego. That's a 4. A win for the Giants, 7-1. And finally, Montreal at St. Louis. And that's a win for the Expos. They will beat the Cardinals 1-0. So we'll check out the Cincinnati-Atlanta game and the Mets-Pittsburgh game after this one is completed. If your team did well, congratulations. If they didn't, there's always 2 days from now. As Salvador America gets his middle finger ready. As I know he is not happy because his Red Sox just lost to the White Sox twice. Hey, as I said, don't blame it on me. Blame it on the dice and blame it on Joe Bryan. He's the one that made up the chart. Please believe I made sure that chart I'm using is accurate. Bottom of the 7th inning, I think the Reds need a pitcher. And who leads off for the Mets? George Foster will lead off for the Mets here in the bottom of the 7th. They lead 6-4. New pitcher coming in for the Reds. Let's see who they're going to use. And they're going to bring in Tom Hume. Tom Hume will pitch for Cincinnati. He was 3-5 with a 3.26 ERA. And he'll go up against George Foster. Dyson Bryan need me in my back to visit them. Come on now, Salvador America. Let's be nice in the chat. 6-4. Hume will pitch to Foster. Bottom of the 7th inning. Hume with the pitch. That's a tough 33. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 1 down. And the batter will be Howard Johnson. Hume with the pitch. And that's a patient 78. Ground ball to short. Up with it is Concepcion. He will throw to first to get out number 2. And here is Ron Gardenhire. Hume with the pitch. And tough 44. Base hit. Single for Gardenhire. He gets another hit. And he's had a good night. He's 2 for 4 with that hit. And now we'll see a pinch hitter for Ed Lynch as he's coming out. As the pitcher spot is actually 2 out of 3. A hit by Gooden and a hit by the pinch hitter, which was Rafael Santana. We'll see a pinch hitter against Hume. He is a righty. So we'll see who they're going to bring in. And it will be Danny Heap. Heap will go up against Hume. 2 outs, bottom of the 7th, runner on first. Hume with the pitch. And that is a patient 71. Ground ball to short. Concepcion will have no problem, and he will throw to first to get Heap out because Heap is slower, and the inning is over. No runs for the Mets. They do get a hit. At the end of 7, it is 6-4 Mets. Top of the 8th inning, Dave Parker leads off for Cincinnati. Mets will bring in a pitcher. Let's see who they want to bring in. And they're going to bring in Jesse Orozco. 8-6, 2.73 ERA. Orozco will come in to try to maybe get 6 outs if possible. Parker leads off for the Reds. Jesse Orozco, who, believe it or not, for those of you who don't know, Jesse Orozco actually holds a record. He is the career leader in appearances in Major League Baseball. Career leader in appearances. He has over 1,300 appearances in career. He is the career leader in appearances. How about that? He actually holds a record. Here's the pitch to Parker. And Wheelhouse, I can't believe it. Wheelhouse 99. Dave Parker can't catch a break. Orozco gives him a meatball, but a 99 Wheelhouse against the lefty, that's going to be a fly out to right field. Strawberry going back at the wall. He'll make the catch. Parker says, get me out of here at Shea Stadium. I can't get the ball out of here. Second straight time on a Wheelhouse, Parker can't get a hit. 1 out. Here's Cesar Cedeno. Orozco's pitch. That's a defense. Snake eyes and then boxcars. Okay. That's a defense 63. That's an error check to second base. The ball is hit to Backman. His error rating is a 4, a 1 to 51. 63. Backman's got it. Throws to first. Out number 2. And now Wayne Krenchicki. First you roll with snake eyes, then you roll boxcars. Now the pitch. And that's a tough 76. Fly ball center field. Under it is Mookie Wilson. He'll put it away for the out. A 1-2-3 inning for Orozco. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. Mets still leading 6-4. Tom Hume coming out to pitch. Hume has that roll plus 10 as a strikeout. Got to remember that. Leading off for the Mets will be Wally Backman. Backman 1 for 4 in this game. He'll go up against Hume. Here's the pitch. And that is a tough 62. And let's see, strikeout roll plus 10. So I think you add that, so you make that a tough, so that becomes a 72. And percentage roll, that's a tough 72. That's a fly ball to center field. 1 out. I'm going to double check that rule. I don't have it much, but I know that is an added, if I'm correct. Yeah, this rating is found in the pitcher's supplemental strikeout area. When the pitcher rolls a tough on his card, increase the percentile dice roll by 10 or 20 as indicated before checking the batter's tough section. Okay, that's what I thought. So Backman flies out, and now here's Mookie Wilson. 1 man down. He has a few extra rules here for 1985 to normalize it with the way Joe Bryant has his ratings. Wilson, a great night. He is 2 for 4, hit a home run. Hume's pitch. That's a patient 23 walk. Wilson will trot down to first. Insurance run on at first base. And now Keith Hernandez. Hernandez is 3 for 4 tonight, 3 singles. Mookie Wilson does make the steal rating with a 5, but with a 2-run lead and Hernandez batting .303 against righties, I don't think Wilson would steal here. His steal rating's a C. And Billardello's arm is a 1. He's got an excellent arm, but actually becomes a 3. Since 1, I don't think is possible. So let me check here. Yeah, so Wilson, that would be a C1, which becomes a poor. So Wilson is not going to steal. But there is 1 out. Dice hate Parker tonight. Yes, they do. Wilson on it first. He will not steal. Hernandez will pitch. Or Hernandez will pitch. Hernandez will hit. Hume. And that is a tough 92. You add 10 to that, but he don't go any higher than that, so it just remains as a tough 92. And that's going to be a ground ball to second base. Hernandez double play rating is an 8. That's a 9. That's an 8. And they're going to turn it. Ground ball to second. Throws to shortstop. Back to first for 2. That's a double play. Inning over. The 4-6-3. Nothing for the Mets except a walk. At the end of 8, they lead 6-4. Will we see some ninth inning magic? We go to the top of the ninth. Jesse Orozco will stay out there for the Mets. Dave Concepcion is the leadoff batter. I will check the bench and see what we want to do here, although I don't think they would actually take Concepcion out. Now, usually in the ninth inning, I usually go by the averages. Concepcion's a shortstop. Do they have another one is the question. Yes, they do. Concepcion's going to come out, because I got to play this right. And coming on to pinch hit for the Reds will be Tony Perez. And taking over at shortstop will be Tom Foley. He'll take over at short if this game goes any further. And I'll mark that in my list. And he is a D3. So here's Tony Perez to go up against Jesse Orozco, top of the ninth inning. As the Reds going to try to make some moves, they'll keep Orozco out there. To bring in a right-hander wouldn't matter. Orozco's pitch. And that is a tough 86. Ground ball to short. Gardenhire's got it. Throws to first, out number 1. Next batter is Ron Oster, and he will bat. Oster 1 for 3. He hits 277 against lefties. Pitch from Orozco. Patient 75. Ground ball to second base. And this is going to get picked up by Backman. Throws to first, out number 2. And now Dan Billardello, his average is 176 against lefties. I think we'll see another pinch hitter. Do I have another catcher? Yes, I do. So Billardello's going to come out. And they will have, coming on to bat, is going to be a very young Eric Davis. He was 23 years old. He bats 264 against lefties. Dave Van Gorder will take over at catcher if necessary. Jesse Orozco looking to close the game. 6-4 Mets. Davis the batter. He will go up against Orozco. Mets fans on their feet. Here's the pitch. It's a tough 44. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. That's your game. Jesse Orozco strikes him out. A 1-2-3 inning. And the Mets, who are actually down in this game, 1-0, and then 4-2, win this game 6-4. And it's going to be a happy recap here at Shea Stadium. We got a happy recap, as Bob Murphy would say. And I'll give you a final line score here in a moment. And, of course, we'll check out the final results tomorrow. Let's see, 2, 3, 6, 9, 13, 14, 14 hits. They had an error. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. 7 hits, no errors. For the Mets, 6 runs, 14 hits and an error. For the Reds, 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors. The winning pitcher is Dwight. Is it Dwight Gooden? I think so. No, it is not. The winning pitcher is Ed Lynch. Lynch gets the win, and the loss is going to go to Ted Power. Actually, no, Tibbs gets the loss. Tibbs gets the loss, and Orozco will get the save. Now let's take a look. Let's go back to the 10-minute ticker to see about the remaining 2 games for tomorrow. So we go back to the 10-minute ticker. We know the Mets win this game 6-4. Now Cincinnati was at Atlanta, and that is a 4. The Reds do beat the Braves 9-2 tomorrow. And the Mets take on Pittsburgh. And they get it. And the Mets will win that game as well, 6-0. They beat the Pirates, as an A should beat an F, and they do. So the Mets win today, and they win tomorrow. The Reds lose today, but they win tomorrow. And that will do it. Our next telecast will be tomorrow for April 1685. The Houston Astros versus the Los Angeles Dodgers. And by the way, Steeler fan, Mike Scott is on the mound. I'm pretty sure about that. Give me a moment, but I'm pretty sure he is. I believe he is on that. I believe he is on the mound for tomorrow. No, I'm sorry. He is not. He's actually on the mound later in a few days. It'll be Bob Knepper versus Tom Brennan. My bad. Bob Knepper takes on Brennan. And Astros-Dodgers tomorrow, which should be a lot of fun still to play. Anyway, thank you all for joining me. Salvador America, Donald Cummings, Steeler fan, Bob B, Tribe fan 879. Thank you for joining me tonight for some exciting Payoff Pitch Baseball. Remember, we got Inside Pitch tomorrow, and we have Payoff Pitch as well. And History Maker Golf, the front 9 of the Junk Canoe Invitational is scheduled for Monday afternoon. Thank you all for joining me, everybody, and I'll see you guys later. Stay safe, healthy, smart, and strong. Have a good night, everyone. Take care.